The guy never would have guessed. The aloof, untouchable ice queen of the school was secretly using his photos as her group chat profile picture. Feeling second-hand embarrassment, he quickly snapped a photo of her and changed his own avatar in response. The two of them kept swapping profile pictures back and forth, which instantly caught the attention of everyone in the group. The chat exploded with teasing and jokes, but the two of them, faces flushed red, still refused to back down, continuing their ridiculous profile picture battle. In the end, the girl finally came up with a win-win solution. Even now, he still can't let go of what happened back then. Back in his first year of high school, he was extremely insecure. He couldn't fit in, and that constant sense of isolation crushed him. So after learning his lesson, he chose to live quietly and alone in college. He earned all the credits he needed to graduate, and even secured a job offer from a stable infrastructure company. Everything was set. He could have lived an ordinary life, graduate, work, and just keep going. And honestly, that kind of life isn't bad. But that dull, painfully quiet youth became a regret he could never erase. If only his youth had been colorful, like a rainbow. If only he had gathered the courage back then to confess to the girl he liked, even though he knew he probably would have been rejected. Why didn't he at least try? Lost in thought, Jack typed the name of the girl he once liked into his phone's browser, then deleted it. He knew better than anyone. Everyone's youth comes with its share of regrets. Sighing about it once in a while was no big deal, but if a god really existed, couldn't they just listen to his wish for once? Let him go back to that year and make up for that unfinished youth. And somehow, it was as if his wish was actually heard. When Jack opened his eyes again and looked into the mirror, the slightly chubby teenage boy staring back at him left him completely stunned. He had really returned to 7 years ago, the afternoon right after graduating middle school. There were still so many things he didn't understand, but Jack quickly accepted reality, since everything had been reset. This time, he was determined to truly live his youth, to rewrite that gray past into something vibrant and colorful. To make sure he wouldn't have regrets in high school again, he decided to make the most of his final summer break, starting with getting in shape and losing the extra weight that held him back. But after so long without exercise, the training nearly killed him. The old him would have definitely given up after just one exhausting session, finding all kinds of excuses. But when he thought about the future ahead, another dull, lifeless youth, he refused to accept it. No matter how hard it got this time, he had to keep going. A month flew by, and Jack had slimmed down so much, his own sister almost didn't recognize him, but he still wasn't satisfied. He kept increasing his daily workouts, never easing up. Even on the day of high school registration, he got up early to go for a morning run in the park, and that's when he unexpectedly ran into his childhood friend, Mio. They had gone to the same schools, from kindergarten all the way through middle school. Even someone who knew him that well couldn't hide her shock at how much he had changed. After a brief conversation, they realized they'd be attending the same high school, then headed home separately to prepare for the new school year. But the moment Jack stepped onto campus, he suddenly became the center of attention. Countless girls' eyes followed his every move. Used to being insecure, he assumed that even after losing weight, people still found him unpleasant. What he didn't realize was that it was actually his newfound charm. He tried to walk faster to get away, but then, not far ahead, a familiar figure appeared, the one who had always lingered in his heart. In that instant, all it took was one glance at the girl, and the boy made up his mind.
俺は星宮に好かれたい。今度こそ彼女と付き合いたい。